Hello everyone, this is Jaspreet Kaur. As every student who wants to crack the IELTS exam, they are facing the problem in their academic writing task 1. So today I'm gonna to discuss about the basic thing about the writing task 1 and something about the how you can vary your language. So let's start. So, firstly, we start with the introduction. You have about a 20 minutes. You must write a report at least of the 150 word. It may contain the 160 to the 180 and no more than 180 because the examiner getting more if you writing the more than 180 it may deduct your marks in irrespect to giving your marks. So you are giving the visual presentation which can be in the form of graph, diagram, bar chart, table, map, process. You must write the report explaining the main feature of the figure and make comparison where relevant. So one of the main question is how to complete your task 1 in 20 minutes. So let's start with the planning. So firstly, you might help to organize your time via the better way. That is first 5 minutes read the question. Or in the very first 5 minutes you have only read the question, understand the chart, and write your introduction by paraphrasing the question. Paraphrasing is a most important task because if you didn't paraphrasing, then examiner didn't count those words and your answer is under word. Therefore, paraphrasing is the most important element, and paraphrasing reflects that you can use your own language, not use your examiner language. Okay, so second 5 minutes is look at the chart. Try to find the two general point and don't look at the specific detail. Generally, we divide the chart into the two paragraph. Generally, well, so in the next 5 minutes, firstly you look at the chart. If you once you look at the chart, firstly check some of the smallest value of the chart and one of the highest value of the chart. I mean the general idea. To getting the general idea about the chart, you just look at the chart and generally make a two main feature where it has a lower value and where it has a higher value. Look for the big picture. Broadly, you look for the big picture and write the two sentence summarize the information. Even if you write the overall in the chart, then you should write overall in the last overall as a last paragraph, as overall is a one line. What is the summary of your chart? If you're writing the overview, this is optional where whatever you want to write you can write, whether it is overall or overview. But if you write the overall, then it must be the last paragraph, and when you're writing the overview, it must be the second paragraph after the introduction. So if you write the overview, you should write the 1 to 2 sentence. If you write the overall, you should write the one line, that is summarize. In the final 10 minutes, then you left the 10 minutes, describe the specific information that you found between the chart and that you found in the chart or the diagram or the process or the map, whatever it is. Try to break the part into the two paragraphs because it looks better. You could spend 5 minutes each paragraph, because if you don't divide your paragraph, then it looks so ugly. Even the examiner not want to read a lengthy paragraph. If you divide the information, then examiner know that here you mention the decreasing process, here you mention the increasing process. In the comparison cases, here you mention this, here you mention that. In this way, The examiner differentiate the thing. He know that it reflect that you know that what information you is written in the first paragraph and what information you should written in the second paragraph. And examiner also, it reflect to the examiner that you should know that how to divide the paragraph, how to divide the use the English language. The main problem is that. So next is good reports look like, that is introduction, that generally the 1-2 lines sentences or 1-2 lines, overall or overview. If some spelling mistakes, you should write this overall or overview, including at least two important general points in 2-3 sentences. Body paragraph, even it is a one or second, including the details and logically present via yours information according to a figure as well as a relevant comparison in the 6 to 7 sentence or even the 5 to 6 sentence according to your word variation. That is some one word is if your sentence is too short, then you should write the 7 sentences. If your sentence is lengthy enough, then you should write 4 to 5 lines is enough. So there is a different type of chart. First one is a table chart or table, or we can say is a tabular chart. If you want to write the chart behind the table, then you should write tabular, otherwise it is a table. And the second picture is a bar chart. It's a and the third picture is a line graph. Fourth picture is a its pie chart, and the fifth picture is a process of something procedure, and the sixth is the map. It's a somewhere locations, and the seventh is obviously line and pie chart comparison. Okay, so then the language difference to describe the charts. You should know which language we can use to chart and graph. Yes, you heard right. A very right. We vary language according to the chart type and graph type. Mainly three type of language are there: trend language, fixed and comparative language, or process language. Okay, so let's start. How we identify which language we need to use. Even the uh, candidate know that there is a three type language, that is the trending, fixed and comparative, but they don't know when, where and how we can use this type of language. So this is the basically main important thing. Respective to the chart type, we are using the language according to the time variability. Okay, it means if there is any change in the time period, then we are using the trend language, that means increasing or decreasing language. If there is a suppose there is a line chart with the different time period, that is from 19 there is a year mentioned, that is 1994, 1995, 96, 97, 2000, 2018, 20. Okay, in this way the year varies according to the chart, that means time is vary. And here we use the trend language, that is increase decrease language. In the 1994 it is decrease, what in the 2020 it increase. It follow the increasing, sorry, it follows the increasing trend. Okay, and the next is time constant. If there is a fixed time, as you know, the fixed language, fixed time, if there is no time period mentioned in the chart, that means you can use the fixed language or a comparative language. Mainly the fixed language or comparative language shows it is more than this, it is less than this, it is the it's mainly the comparison in compared to this, in comparison to this. In this way you can use the comparative language. In the process language or the map chart, in the process and the map chart we are not using both language. Even trending or the map time comparative, we use only the descriptive language. This describes some the cycle process or the